Hello, and thank you for watching another episode of Redbeard Shaves. Today, I'm going to be featuring Løthur Samber, and I admit that this completely confuses my nose. Like smelling off the tub, whipping up a lather, even reading the scent notes, I'm still just super confused by it. I like it, but I can't pick any one thing apart. So I'll give you my impressions during the shave of kind of what I get out of it. But I did want to show you guys, look how dark that pour is. I mean, I don't know that I have ever seen a pour that is that dark brown. I do the sacrilege tub loading, which I know drives some of you nuts, but I've had zero problems ever tub loading. I've actually had, the only problem I've ever had with a soap was one that was scooped with probably a dirty scooper. So, whipped that up today with my Opus Brushworks brush. This is a gorgeous ebonite handle that Craig from Opus turned for me. And it has a 28 millimeter GC5 synthetic knot. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I've been trying them out. I'm honestly probably going to pluck this knot out and put a badger knot in it because I just enjoy badgers more. I have really been trying to give the synthetics a go, and I just honestly prefer badger. I'm going to mow down a couple days worth of growth with my carbon titanium razor. And this is on, if you can see, the plus plate, which I believe is the most aggressive plate that carbon has to offer. And I put inside of that a brand new Permasharp blade. Hope you guys have all been doing well. I know that I haven't been putting out content to a huge degree, and it's just because I've been super busy in my personal life between work, some super long work days because of going out on transport at the end of my shift, and then working the next night with a little bit of sleep and things around the farm. We've been having just a lot of winter storms this year. And look how dark, even, like nice deep mocha color, the lather. And I played around with this today with Løthur grooming. Wanted to see how hydrated I could get it. For those of you that have watched my lathering videos, you know that I use a damp brush, load off the puck, and then as I'm bowl lathering, I will instill with a 10, or this happens to be a 10C or 12cc syringe, I will instill water. I would say most average, like I'm instilling anywhere from 4 to 8 mils of water. Well, today I thought I would have fun and see how hydrated I can make this lather. I actually have 18 cc's of water, or milliliters of water, in this lather. Plus I wet my head, so that's got to account for at least a cc more. So yeah, if you're wondering, Løthur soaps can take a ton of water. Still creating a nice dense lather that I enjoy, and we'll see if it yields any differences in slickness. But on to discussing the scent of this soap. So Samber was inspired by The Diary of a Nose by Jean-Claude Elena, which honestly means nothing to me. That's just where the inspiration came from. Scent notes within it are amber accord, sandalwood accord, incense, patchouli, and spice notes. And to my nose, I definitely get like a deep, dark, kind of incensey, spicy fragrance that is actually topped off with some sweetness, which really confuses my nose. But I just can't pin my finger on anything. Like, I really like the scent, and it's definitely very mysterious to me. But it does trigger some memory, and I don't want this to be distasteful to anybody listening. This is just kind of a memory that it perks up for me. So sometimes when I'm in the hospital, depending on sterile procedures that are going to be going down, we will use straight iodine on the skin to disinfect the area. And the iodine, once it connects with the skin in kind of a hospital environment, it just creates this kind of spicy, medicinal fragrance that I actually rather enjoy. But sniffing this, that's what it makes me think of, is that I'm getting ready to do some form of sterile procedure. I know that's kind of a weird comparison. You wouldn't necessarily think of a shave soap being used in an operating room, but that's just what kind of triggers to my memory bank. I mean, I don't get any of the sandalwood, even though I'm sure it is contributing to the richness that I'm smelling. It is unlike any amber accord that I've smelled. And maybe that's just how it is blended with the spices and the incense and the patchouli. But it doesn't say that it has any vanilla in it, but I get kind of like a sweet, real vanilla accord that kind of comes off of it to my nose. Actually, I really do enjoy it. I will be using it frequently in my den. It's just a fragrance that is totally new to my nose. Like, I just can't say that I could compare it to anything else in my den. And I think because of that is another reason why I really, really enjoy it. You get so many soaps in your den, and you tend to buy stuff, and you just can't help but get things that are similar in nature. And this one definitely stands on its own. So very good job, Johnny. This has been out for a while. I pick up all of my Løthur soaps from the razor company just because it would cost me quite a bit more to order them straight from the UK. And that kind of brings up another subject that I have been wanting to discuss for a while and kind of hit on it today. There are great, I call them box store websites. We have websites that carry a large selection of brands and razors and brushes and all sorts of different wet shaving needs. And I am extremely thankful for those companies. Some that come to mind are West Coast Shaving, Maggards, the Razor Company, also known as TRC, and the Shave Supply. Those are all some that come to mind. Some artisans even have their stuff available on Amazon. And I think Zingari Man and Barrister and Man are a couple of artisans that I can think of off the top of my head that you can order directly from Amazon and get their products. And it really creates a nice one-stop shop with a lot of times you can bundle things together and get a discounted shipping rate or even free shipping. And I mean, I use them, but my caveat is, and I've spoken with many artisans in the community, and whenever they're getting ready to do a new release, a lot of times they are advertising that they're going to drop on their own website on top of other supply chains like the big box websites. And so I always ask them, what puts more money in your pocket as an artisan? Because let's be honest, a lot of these artisans are small business. They're not millionaires. And we all want to support them. And I want to support them as fully as possible. So I want to ensure that my money that I'm willing to spend on their product, as much of that money as possible lands in their pocket so they can keep in business, can keep coming out with new scents, new releases, new soap bases. They're allowed to do R&D, things to just kind of loosen up a little bit of the clutches of being a small business owner. And every single one of them has stated that if you purchase directly from them, more money lands in their pocket directly. So unless it's something where I'm going to be paying, double the price of what I can get it for from a big box website, I always try to purchase directly from the artisan themselves. And I encourage all of you to do that as well. I don't think any of them are going to hold it against you. If you purchase from a larger website, they still, I'm sure, are very grateful for the business and the shave of the days and the word of mouth to come. But I just like to give them as much back as they're putting into it. So especially US and Canadian artisans, most of the time I will order straight from them. Even if it means that I have to pay for shipping, that's still within my margin of spending, and I just feel that it supports them more due to feedback that I've received. So take that for what you will. By all means, I'm not telling you not to purchase from the big box websites. I do myself from time to time. And especially around, like Black Friday, holiday sales, it's really hard to beat because they have more supply, a larger list of supplies and artisans that they have within their shop. And so they're able to offer more of those specials. But if I'm just buying a single release, I'm going to the artisan every single time. Hope you guys have all been having great shaves. I've been so busy. I've only been shaving every couple of days to every really 5 or 6 days. So the time that I get in the den to get a nice shave in has been a special opportunity for me lately. But Opus Samber, I consider this a medium high scent strength. Off the puck, it's a good 7. Once I lathered it up, I would even say it's a 7.5 or an 8. The whole bathroom smells of this gorgeous smell that I am without words to describe. So it's very, very nice. I'm going to make this a little bit longer of a video. So for any of you who are not interested in watching me face shave right now, go ahead and click off. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and do the face shave on camera today. So I'm going to get going with that. I tell you what I have been using since I broke my finishing stone daily for my face shaves is the IBC Shavette. And I bought 3 different brands of blades for this. I bought, let's see, the Feather Artist Club, because they take Artist Club blades. The Kai Artist Club, or it's one of the Kai brand blades. And then the Schick P30s, which are the Schick Artist Club blade. And I have fallen in love with the Schick P30s. They have been giving me anywhere from 8 to 12 shaves per blade. And they are so buttery smooth. Really, really have been enjoying the Schicks. So I'm going to go ahead and just mist the face here. Yeah, we've been just having a big baby boom. Oops, I'm dropping lather everywhere. A big baby boom at work, and I've been going out on transport pretty frequently, which I really enjoy. So typically when I'm on transport call, it's during my whole shift, which I start at 18:45 or 6:45 in the evening. If I'm charged, I'll start at 6 in the evening. And then I actually stay on call until 7 the next morning for if transports go out. And it's the same thing if I'm off shift and I pick up transport call. It's either a 7 a.m. to a 7 p.m. or a 7 p.m. to a 7 a.m. Which we have some people out right now on the team, so we've had some shortages. So I have been picking up some extra call shifts, and that has given me the opportunity to go pick up some littles in hospitals that don't have a NICU or a neonatal intensive care unit. And I've been on just kind of a stretch lately where it's been like 5:45 in the morning. I'm counting down the time to head home for the day. And then they call out a transport. So go stabilize the kiddo, do what we need to do at the hospital we're picking up from. And then we put them in what we call a sled, which is a stretcher with a special fully enclosed isolette. That's what we call it. Just think of it as a big old plexiglass box that has a warming element underneath it, so it keeps the baby warm. It's extremely important. Babies lose their heat rather quickly. So we load them up, bring them back to our house, drop off the kiddo, give report to whoever's gonna take care of the kid, and then that sled I actually have to then fully clean and process and restock with anything that we may have used. So that's typically like an extra hour to hour and a half, depending on what all we've used. And then I get to go home. So on a couple of these lately, I've only been getting maybe an hour to 2 hours of sleep. And then it's time to start back the next shift. One of them recently, I even just took a little cat nap in my truck in the parking garage. and then just went and took a quick little shower in the hospital and then started my night. So we've been just super busy. And then we've had an unusual amount of snow for here in Oregon. Like, I cannot remember the last time. We live in a valley. Granted, our house is up on some elevation, but I cannot. My son's had like 4 snow days this year. I can't remember the last time that maybe we'll have like a late start once, but never full cancellation. So whenever it's snowing up here, it's a little bit more care for the animals. They stay warm by eating. So especially the horses eat a lot to stay warm. So it's a matter of going out, making sure the hay's restocked out in the barn for them so they can stay warm. There's been a few times I've just been kind of wanting to throw together a shave video, but I've been just so beat dog dead tired that I just thought it'd be better to put out something when I'm more actually awake and with it than super exhausted. But this IBC razor shavette has definitely become a go-to for me. I'm waiting for one person that I have had some razors honed up by. He's out of country working, and when he gets back, I'm going to be sending some razors to him. To get honed, since I don't have what I like to finish with. I mean, I could finish some of my straights right now with a synthetic stone, but I really prefer a natural stone finish. So I have been using the Shavette very frequently. And I'm just not buying a lot of shave gear or anything right now. My son goes to private school, and his tuition for next year, we just got the amount for that. So I'm just kind of saving up money for his tuition. I have a couple of little bumps on my neck from ingrown hairs. Looks like I cut those off, but been having a little bit more ingrown hair fuss. I even had a couple behind my ears recently, and I don't know what that's all about, but I am really enjoying this scent. Okay, against the grain. Super slick. Kind of thought about just doing a head shave video today and then a face shave tomorrow and then just kind of in the middle of this. I'm like, I'm just going to do both. People that want to click off will click off anyway. If other people want to watch, then it will be available for them. I want to say I'm nearing 8 shaves on this blade. Still super smooth. And I've just been typically doing 2 passes with the straight or the shavette. And I don't do a typical north to south on the passes because my hair growth doesn't really go that way. I kind of have twists and turns everywhere. So I've kind of slowly been modifying, and it's really starting to come together and get more comfortable in the directions that I go. And the skin on my head still feels super hydrated and moisturized. That is something that I've been paying a little bit more attention to, is what soaps will do if I don't just automatically add a splash to them, which had been my routine for many, many years. Now just letting, I go from my face or from my head to my face and let my head figure it out. And Løthur's been one of the ones that has definitely stacked up to a very good post-shave feel. Do have the matching splash. I'm going to let this air out a second because it's a pretty high alcohol content. And see if I catch anything different off the splash. Get a little bit more of that sweetness. It's what I consider that medicinal scent is, I don't really catch it off of this. So I do on the splash catch some of the sandalwood, amber, and then it's still just got that gorgeous kind of robust, deep incense, spicy sweetness to it. It really, really is a gorgeous scent. So that's today's head and face shave. Just squeaking under 30 minutes, so not too bad. Hope you guys are all doing well. Remember to do something kind for somebody out there. Doesn't cost anything and can make a world of difference. Let's take care of each other. Hope you all have a wonderful week. And this is Redbeard out. Take care.